If you're like many people, you first encountered love spells in fairy tales. As a child, you saw Cinderella's fairy godmother transform a pumpkin into a jeweled coach drawn by a team of prancing horses so the heroine could attend Prince Charming's ball. You heard a story about a princess who kissed a frog and turned him into a handsome prince. Another tale told of a prince whose kiss removed an evil spell, reviving Sleeping Beauty from a death-like trance. Then you grew up and put away your belief in magic. Now, however, you may be wondering if magic really does exist and, if so, can it help you? That's why you picked up this book, right? Perhaps you've got your eye on someone, but he or she doesn't seem to notice you exist. Or maybe a romantic relationship has lost its sparkle and you want to rekindle the flame. You've tried all the usual stuff, yet nothing appears to be working. Could a love spell give you the edge you need? Absolutely. Magic really does work, it happens all the time. Furthermore, you already have magical ability, you were born with it, just like everyone else. As with all natural abilities, it needs to be developed so you can craft and cast spells effectively to consciously create the circumstances you desire. That's what this book and the other books in my Modern Witchcraft series are designed to help you do. Getting started. Magic is all about working with energy. Energy, as you know, is the raw material that makes up our universe. Everything is composed of energy. When you do magic, you activate energy and shape it with your willpower to produce results in the manifest world. That may sound mysterious, but it's not really. Quantum physics has demonstrated that when you focus your attention on something, your energy influences the behavior of the molecules you're watching. You quite literally change whatever you observe. That's magic. Why add the K? Witches, wizards, shamans, and others who work with the magical forces of the universe sometimes add the letter K to the word magic to distinguish it from stage illusion, card tricks, and the like. Aleister Crowley, one of the most notorious magicians of the 20th century, is often credited with implementing this change. What spells are and aren't. Simply put, a spell is something you do with clarity, intent, and awareness to generate a result. A spell usually includes a series of thoughts and symbolic actions performed in the physical world to initiate change on a higher level. Once a change takes place at that higher level, it filters down and manifests here on Earth. You alter a situation by introducing new energy or rearranging the energy that's already present. When doing a spell, you act as the agent of change. You draw upon your own resources to gather and direct energy. You may request assistance from a higher power to accomplish your objective, if you wish. Or, you may bring in the energies of various substances, such as plants and gemstones, to augment your own powers. Ultimately, however, you're the writer, director, and producer of this drama. A spell is not a religious act, though some people choose to work with goddesses, gods, or other deities. Properly done, spells aren't dangerous, they're not uncommon, difficult, or weird. They're a natural, intentional, and time-honored method for directing the course of your life, instead of passively accepting whatever comes your way. The importance of intention. Before you even begin a magic spell, you must have a goal, often called an intention. This is the outcome you wish to accomplish, and you must be absolutely clear about your intention, otherwise you won't achieve the results you desire. Think of it this way: when you set out on a trip, you need to know your destination if you expect to get there. The same holds true in spell work. What's your reason for doing a love spell? Are you trying to attract a new romantic partner? Hoping to increase the passion in an existing relationship? Do you want to end an unfulfilling partnership on good terms? The more specific you can be, the greater your chances of success. Relationships are the Holy Spirit's laboratories in which He brings together people who have the maximal opportunity for mutual growth. He appraises who can learn most from whom at any given time, and then assigns them to each other. Marianne Williamson, A Return to Love. Keep in mind that a love spell's primary purpose isn't to force someone to fall in love with you or do your bidding. We'll talk more about this soon. Its purpose is to work with your own energy, the other person's energy, and that which is inherent in the universe to create a relationship that's in the best interest of all concerned. Once you've set your intention, you need to focus your attention towards achieving that goal. Every athlete knows you must keep your attention keenly focused on the game if you want to play well. Keep your eye on the ball is the mantra all baseball players, golfers, and tennis stars learn from day one. The same holds true when you're doing magic. Keep your attention on your objective. The more energy you can marshal and direct toward that objective, the more successful you'll be. If you focus upon whatever you want, you will attract whatever you want. If you focus upon the lack of whatever you want, you will attract more of that lack. Esther and Jerry Hicks, The Law of Attraction. One of the best ways I know to hone your attention is to meditate. Daily meditation, even if it's only 10 minutes at a time, helps clear the static from your mind, calm your emotions, and connect you with higher levels of awareness. Basketball stars Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, for example, are only a couple of the many noted athletes who credit meditation as an aid to their success. You may also consider doing yoga, chanting, martial arts, or various other practices designed to improve attention. Magic rituals often involve carefully choreographed steps designed to keep the magician on track. Spellworkers also use a number of tools to help them focus their minds and shift from a mundane to a magical level of consciousness. These include candles, crystals, scents, images, incantations, music, and more. Witches work with 4 principal tools. The wand, used to direct energy. The chalice, used for holding libations. The athame, ritual dagger, used symbolically to cut ties and obstacles. The pentagram, used for protection. Many of the spells in this book incorporate these tools and others, as you'll soon see. Remember, however, that the tools aren't the source of magic, you are. Your mind, your energy, your willpower create the magic. Tools and rituals simply sharpen your attention and help you be more effective. Magi. The word magician comes from the Latin word magi, the plural of magus, which can be translated as wise men or women. The best-known magi are the 3 wise men referred to in the Bible, who came from the east to offer gifts to the baby Jesus. Magi can be healers, shamans, priests or priestesses, astrologers, dowsers, seers, anyone who has learned to access the cosmic web of energy and information that animates the universe, and to direct it for his or her purposes. Affirmations and incantations. The earliest spells were probably verbal ones. At a time when few people could read and write, verbal spells were understandably popular. Early grimoires, witches' spell books and journals, included eloquent calls to the gods and goddesses, as well as other non-physical entities, for magical purposes. When you utter a spell aloud, you create a resonance that begins the process of manifestation. Sounds produce vibrations that echo through the cosmic web that connects everything in our universe. These vibrations stimulate effects in the visible world. Words also act as verbal symbols to convey your intentions. One of the best-known magic words is abracadabra, which some scholars assert derives from the Aramaic avracadabra, also avracadabra, meaning, I will create as I speak. The power of prayer. Prayer can play a key role in magic work. According to Larry Dossey, MD, author of Healing Words and Prayer, is Good Medicine, in case of intercessory prayer, praying for someone else at a distance, the consciousness of the person who is doing the praying actually influences the body of the person being prayed for. Creating affirmations and incantations. Words have the power to influence outcomes. Whether you speak your intentions aloud or write them down on paper, putting your goals into words helps focus your mind and energize your spells. The magic of words has a long, time-honored tradition. The Gospel of John in the Bible, for example, links the word with the power of creation. Buddhists chant mantras to invoke blessings from deities. The ancient alpha/numeric system known as gematria equates each letter with a number, and each number has a specific resonance. Therefore, you can understand the hidden meaning of a word or phrase if you know its numeric value. In the 1980s, Japanese author and researcher Masaru Emoto asserted that words, either written or spoken, could alter the molecular structure of water. Many magic spells and rituals include special words, phrases, statements, poems, chants, or prayers. As you might expect, some ways of verbalizing your intentions are more effective than others. Affirmations are positive statements you design to produce a result. For example, I now have a mutually joyful and fulfilling primary partnership. When writing an affirmation, keep it short. Be clear and precise. Only include images and situations you desire. Always use the present tense. Incantations differ from affirmations in that they are usually written as rhymes. For example, I love you and you love me, and we shall always joyful be. The catchy phrasing makes the incantation easy to remember. You don't have to be a Wordsworth or Dickinson to create an effective incantation. The important thing is to follow the same rules when writing an incantation as when writing an affirmation. You can add an affirmation or incantation to any spell, or just use the statement as a spell in itself. Throughout this book you'll find spells that use affirmations and incantations. I encourage you to design your own and incorporate them into your magic work. A picture's worth 1,000 words. As powerful as affirmations and incantations are, pictures are even more potent in spell working. Your subconscious responds better to images than words. Images speak directly to your inner self. Symbols and pictures bypass the analytical, orderly left brain and communicate with the creative, intuitive right brain. That's why they're so useful in magic work. Your mind forms pictures all the time. Notice what happens when you read the word camel. Immediately, an image of a large humped creature springs into your mind. From there you must spin off all sorts of pictures, such as an Arab riding across a desert with pyramids in the background. In spellcasting, the goal is to design pictures that hold meaning for you and that epitomize your objective. What you see is what you'll get. Teaching through art. Throughout history, artists have used images and symbols to convey ideas. Those gorgeous stained glass windows in Europe's great cathedrals weren't intended to be purely decorative. They also taught religious concepts to the masses, who at that time were largely illiterate. Using colors in spells. One of the most common and important visuals you'll use in your spell work is color. Colors influence us in countless ways, whether or not we realize it, and we make symbolic associations with colors. For example, we link red with passion and pink with affection. Therefore, you'll use pink and red in many love spells. Other colors too hold meanings you can tap to add octane to your spells, as you'll learn in Chapter 6. Symbols. Symbols are more than a convenient form of shorthand, they're visual metaphors. Symbols encapsulate the essence of whatever they represent. A good logo, for instance, is a symbol that reveals important information about a company. Rolex's crown bespeaks royalty, Nike's signature, check mark, connotes speed. The heart, of course, signifies love, and you'll use hearts often in love spells. Roses and diamonds also have romantic associations. You may have some unique, personal symbols as well that hold meaning for you alone. Numbers are among the most common symbols in our lives. They're not only tools for keeping score, they also possess secret meanings that make them valuable in working magic. The number 2, for instance, plays a part in a lot of love spells. We even use the term couple to refer to two things and to people joined in a romantic relationship. Each number has distinct meanings you can tap in your spell work, which we'll discuss in Chapter 6. Take some time to consider what various symbols mean to you and which ones hold significance. Any image you relate to in a deep way, that triggers your emotions and imagination, can be useful in spell work. Chapter 6 contains all sorts of spells that use symbols, colors, numbers, and pictures. A time for magic. What's the best time to do a spell? That depends on your objective. In magical practice, when you do spells and rituals can be as important as how you do them. For best results, you'll want to consider not only factors here on earth, but also those operating in the heavens. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1, King James Bible. Lunar cycles. Witches pay attention to the moon when doing magic work, in part because the moon represents the goddess and the feminine principle in the universe. Additionally, the moon influences our emotions, creativity, fertility, and cycles in our world. Of course, we also link the moon with romance, mystery, and magic. When doing love spells, consider 4 phases of the moon. The new moon nurtures beginnings, so if your intention is to start a new relationship, cast a spell on the new moon. The waxing moon supports growth, therefore spells to increase love, romance, affection, passion, or happiness can benefit from the waxing moon's energy. The full moon represents fulfillment and culmination. It's a good time to do spells to celebrate your love or bring about a conclusion, such as a marriage. The waning moon encourages decrease. Do spells to end a relationship during this phase. Also note the astrological sign in which the moon is positioned at the time. Taurus and Libra are ruled by Venus. The planet astrologers connect with love and relationships. In most cases, you'll want to perform love spells when the moon is in one of these signs. However, if your objective is to kick up your relationship a notch or improve your sex life, you could cast a spell when the moon is in Aries. To stabilize a relationship or end one, do the spell when the moon is in Capricorn. The days of the week. The heavenly bodies not only govern the signs of the zodiac, they also preside over the days of the week. Monday, Moon. Tuesday, Mars. Wednesday, Mercury. Thursday, Jupiter. Friday, Venus. Saturday, Saturn. Sunday, Sun. You can boost the power of your spell by performing it on a day that resonates with favorable celestial energies. Venus, the planet of love and relationships, is in charge on Friday, therefore most love spells can be done effectively on Fridays. Spells to spark passion are best performed on Tuesday, those to enhance communication on Wednesday, and those for endings or vanishing on Saturday. If you know astrology, you may also want to consider the impact of the sun's movement through the signs, planetary aspects and transits, retrograde periods, and planetary hours. In Chapter 9 we'll talk about the advantages of spellworking on holidays and other special dates. Casting a circle. Witches and other magical workers usually cast a protective circle around the space where they perform spells and rituals. A maffic circle provides an energetic barrier that keeps unwanted energies out and holds desired energies in until you're ready to release them. Your circle may be invisible or physical, temporary or permanent, indoors or out, but it will always contain a powerful psychic, spiritual component. When you're inside a circle, you are between the worlds, present in the physical and the spirit realm simultaneously, and you'll be able to feel the energetic differences within the circle and outside. Creating an altar. Many witches set up altars for magical purposes. An altar serves as a workbench where you cast spells, perform rites and rituals, commune with deities and spirits, and meditate. You go there temporarily to leave the ordinary, everyday world behind and enter sacred space. An altar may also house your magic tools, clothing, ingredients for spells, images of goddesses and gods, anything you include in spells and rituals. Depending on your space and living situation, you may choose to create a permanent altar in the place where you do magic, or a temporary one you can set up and dismantle as necessary. Preparing your magic space. Before you cast the circle, however, cleanse the area in which you plan to do your spell or ritual. Sweep away dirt and old energies with a broom. That's the real reason witches use brooms, not to fly through the sky. Remove any objects that don't pertain to your purpose. Smudge the area by burning sage or incense. Doing this not only chases away bad vibes, it also helps you start getting in the mood to work magic. Grounding and centering. You may have heard the term grounding and centering. This step connects you with the earth and yourself before you engage in magic work. However, you can ground and center in your daily life too. Some people ground by imagining themselves growing roots that sink deep into the earth, roots that provide stability and draw up energy the way a tree's roots draw nourishment. Other people hold a smoky quartz crystal, lie on the ground, do yoga, or drum. You may want to take a ritual bath, anoint yourself with aromatic oils, or dress in special clothing. Do whatever makes you feel secure and connected to Mother Earth. Centering can take any form that enables you to feel balanced and peaceful. The point is to harmonize your emotions, calm your mind, let go of everyday concerns, and connect with your inner self. Meditate, chant, pray, play music, whatever lets you shift your thinking from mundane to magical. Basic circle casting techniques. The ritual of casting a circle can be as simple or complex as you want it to be. The quickest and easiest is to close your eyes, relax, and envision a sphere of pure white light surrounding you and the space where you will be working. In your mind's eye, fill the space with love, protection, peace, and power. Another popular technique is performed with a magic wand or a thame, a witch's magical dagger, but if you don't have one of these tools, you can just use your finger. 1. Stand in the center of the space that will be enclosed by your circle and face east. 2. With your arm outstretched, point your wand, a thame, or finger toward the spot where you'll begin casting the circle. 3. Turn slowly in a clockwise direction, using your wand, a thame, or finger to draw a circle as you envision it forming around you. Make sure you will be within the circle when you're finished. You may even see a whitish mist or glowing light flowing out from the top of your tool and encircling you. 4. When you've completed a 360-degree circuit, drop your arm to stop the flow of energy. 5. Imagine the circle expanding, stretching above you and beneath you to form a sphere. Now you're ready to enact your spell or ritual. When you've finished your spell or ritual, reverse your steps to remove the protective barrier you erected and release your magic into the world. Start in the east again and move in a counterclockwise direction. Envision the energy you previously projected outward now being sucked back into your wand, a thame, or finger as you open the circle. This book contains a few more methods for casting circles, including one in Chapter 10 that you can do with a partner. You'll also find a number of circle casting practices described in my other books in the Modern Witchcraft series, as well as in many other books. Some involve petitioning deities, angels, and spirits to assist you. Others draw upon the 4 elements: fire, earth, water, and air. You can even build a permanent circle using stone or other materials if you have a place for it. Stonehenge is perhaps the best known of all magical stone circles. Magic is the spice of life, and it turns a relationship into a feast of sensual pleasures. Sirona Night, love, sex, and magic. Ethical spellcasting. Love makes the world go round, as the saying goes, and more magic spells are cast for matters of the heart than for any other purpose. Because emotion is one of the key ingredients in magic, it's logical that love spells would be among the most powerful of all. Strong feelings, however, can sometimes cause confusion or throw you off balance. Therefore, love spells tend to be the trickiest of all to perform, and they are the most likely to tempt magicians to stray to the dark side. That's not to say spellcasters hex their partners or wish anything evil to happen. But the heart isn't rational and emotions can interfere with good judgment. When you want someone really badly, it can be hard to refrain from using magic to manipulate that person. What makes a spell manipulative? The main criterion is whether it violates another person's free will. You don't have to actively harm someone to misuse magic. You're treading on shaky ground anytime you force or coerce a person through magical means to do something he or she wouldn't ordinarily do of his or her own volition. Whenever your desire to get what you want overshadows your respect for another person's rights, you're leaning in the wrong direction. Consider the possible consequences. Are you willing to accept what happens? Would you advise your best friend to do it? How would you react if someone did it to you? Trust your feelings. If you don't feel right about it, don't do it. Not everyone will agree with me on these definitions, but in my opinion, black magic means anything done to harm someone else. White magic is done to obtain higher knowledge, evolve spiritually, or strengthen your connection with the source. Gray magic includes everything else. The best way to do love spells. Let's say you're interested in a certain individual and want to entice that person into a romantic relationship. Your intention and the way you word a spell can make a big difference in the quality of the outcome. Instead of stating, "Josh and I are now lovers," you could word your affirmation in a more positive way, such as, "Josh and I now enjoy the best possible relationship we can have together." Then, if it's best for the two of you to be lovers, that's what will happen. If, on the other hand, another type of relationship would better serve you and Josh, you'll put yourself in a position to experience what's right for both of you. The best love spells respect all persons involved, while also trusting the universe and your inner knowing to guide you. Doing spells with a partner. When it comes to doing magic, two hearts can be better than one, provided you are in agreement. The blend of yin and yang energies forms a strong, balanced creative force. Doing a spell with a partner to increase the love between you can be a powerful and beautiful experience. Many couples do magic together to conceive a child, to attract prosperity, or for other joint purposes. Before you begin, discuss your intentions and your feelings about the spell you plan to do. Each of you should have input in designing and casting the spell. Unless one person is significantly more skilled than the other, try to make your roles in the ritual equal so that neither partner dominates. Remember, the outcome will affect both of you. Chapter 10 is devoted to spells and rituals designed for you to enact with your beloved. Many of the spells in the rest of this book can be shared with a partner, or even an extended network of loved ones and magic workers. Feel free to adapt them to suit your needs. Magic isn't a rigid dogma. It's an ever-evolving, co-creative experience that benefits from the input of everyone who embraces it. Your wisdom, your imagination, and your power enhance everyone else's. Together we grow and prosper. Blessed be.